Hi friends, we're back. Naririto tayo para sa ating review sa ating Principals Test Review or NQESH Review 2025. I have prepared some questions relative sa Performance Management Evaluation System or PMES. And of course, some questions na relevant dito sa ating review. And I hope while you are taking your lunch, you will be having this afternoon delight. So, good afternoon. We will start our review. Start. Which of the following scenarios best complies with DepEd Memorandum Number 17, Series of 25, regarding the use of the PMES or the Performance Management Evaluation System for rating teacher performance? A. Principal uses a performance evaluation conducted in the second quarter of school year 2024-2025 as the basis for teacher's final rating. B. A teacher is evaluated using a modified set of indicators not aligned with the PPST to suit local needs. C. A school begins evaluating teachers based on the PMES starting from the fourth quarter of school year 2024-2025. And D, a district supervisor uses classroom observation results from school year 2023-2024 to complete the IPCRF for school year 2024-2025. So, what is your answer? The answer is letter C. Only PMES related activities conducted after the issuance of the memorandum beginning in the fourth quarter of school year 2024-2025 shall be recognized. So all other activities will not be recognized. Good afternoon sa lahat ng naririto. Next, analyze the scope of coverage of the interim PMES. Which of the following correctly identifies the teaching population affected by this policy? A. Only public elementary teachers are required to comply with the interim PMES. B. Private school teachers are included to ensure nationwide consistency. And C. All teachers under DepEd, including ALS, Madrasa, SPED, and Special Science, are covered. And D, only new teacher appointees under EO 174 are covered due to career progression changes. So the question is analyze the scope of coverage. So the correct answer is letter C. The memorandum explicitly states that all public school teachers, including those in ALS, Madrasa, SPED, and special education programs are covered. So ito po yung scope. This is for public school teachers. Next, given the intent of DepEd number 17 series of 2025 to streamline performance evaluation, what is the most likely rationale for restricting the use of alternative or modified PPST indicators during implementation? A. To reduce the number of indicators required for self-evaluation. B. To allow flexibility for regional adaptation of the PMES system. C. To ensure standardization. and validity of teacher evaluation across the country. And D, to avoid overwhelming teachers during the transition to the new guidelines. So the question is on the streamlining of the performance evaluation and the rationale for the alternative or modified PPST. The correct answer is letter C. The guidelines explicitly prohibit modifying prescribed set of indicators to maintain consistency and standardization in teacher performance evaluation nationwide. So, what is stipulated should be followed, and no modification should be done. Actually, we are discussing this through questions, but in the discussion, we are also giving key points dun sa ating provision sa PMES. Whilst kung ipe-present natin siya na naka-paragraph form, I think it will be boring and sound very academic. Next question. As a school head, which of the following actions demonstrates the proper application of the 4 phases of the DepEd RPMS cycle as outlined in the interim guidelines? A. Conducting classroom observations at the start of the school year to save time for evaluations later. B. Scheduling development planning and individual target setting right after the final rating of the IPCRF. C. Holding post-observation conferences before the actual classroom observation to ensure preparation. D. Submitting final teacher ratings before conducting coaching and mentoring sessions. So, what is your answer? The answer is, of course, letter B. Explanation. According to DepEd RPMS cycle from DepEd Order Number 2, Series of 2015 and CSC Memorandum Circular Number 6, Series of 2012, the sequence must follow. Ito po yung sequence. 1. Planning and commitment. 2. Monitoring and coaching. 3. Review and evaluation. And 4. Rewarding and development planning. Hence, development planning logically follows the final rating step. So the answer is letter B. Next, why is it essential that the performance management and evaluation cycle aligns with the CSC Memorandum Circular Number 6 Series of 2012? A. It ensures immediate promotion of all qualified teachers across the country, and this is in preparation for teachers 1 to 7 and master teachers 1 to 5 in the career progression system. B. It guarantees that teachers have full autonomy over their performance goals, hence offer opportunities for reflection and self-growth. C. It standardizes government employee evaluations, including teachers, to ensure transparency, accountability, and fairness. D. It allows DepEd regional and division offices to adapt their performance cycle timeline depending on school size and needs. So mapapansin ninyo, halos lahat ng mga option mahahaba. But what is your answer? The answer is letter C. The alignment with CSC Memorandum Circular Number 6 Series of 2012 ensures that the teacher evaluation follow the national performance standards set for government agencies. This ensures consistency, accountability, and fairness across the public sector. So kung mapapansin ninyo yung letter C, hindi kahabaan, pero may mga item na masyadong mahaba na we should not follow the rule na the longest choice is the correct answer. Kasi may mga ganyang option na nakakalito. Na akala nyo, ito na yung correct answer because sabi, the longest option is probably the correct answer. Kasi mga bogus lang yung iba dyan. Yung A, at saka yung D, yan, mga ganyan. But the correct answer is letter C. Let's proceed with the next one. A school head wants to align the school's activities with the PMES cycle. Which of the following sequences of activities best reflects the correct implementation timeline? A. Coaching, planning, evaluation, development planning. B. Classroom observation, development planning, IPCRF rating. C. Target setting, classroom observation, final rating, IDP finalization. D. Final rating, coaching, target setting, and lesson planning. The answer is letter C. According to the PMES timeline, the correct flow is target setting, phase 1. Siyempre, mag-set kung anong gagawin. Classroom observation and coaching, phase 2. Next, number 3, final IPCRF rating, phase 3. And part 4 is finalization of IDP, Individual Development Plan, for phase 4. Next, which of the following best explains why both ratees and raters are involved in all four phases of the PMES cycle? A. To lessen the workload of school administrators. B. To ensure mutual accountability and professional dialogue throughout the performance cycle. C. To allow raters to delegate evaluation work to teachers. And D. To provide raters with more control over development planning and reflect better on points to improve in the teaching learning process. So, pinakamahabang option yung D, ano? Let us see if it is an answer. So, no, the correct answer is letter B. Collaboration between ratees and raters across all phases ensures transparency, shared responsibility, and continuous feedback, which is critical in fostering growth and professional development. Okay? So let's proceed with the next one. The next one is, why is the individual performance commitment and review form, or IPCRF, used in both phase 1 and phase 3? A. To document lesson planning and attendance to teachers' main craft. B. To ensure ratings are influenced by team discussions and mutual agreement. C. To establish initial targets and record final performance outcomes. And D. To help teachers develop instructional materials and teaching skills. So, what is your answer? The answer is letter C. The IPCRF is a dual purpose tool. It starts the cycle by setting goals and concludes it by recording final performance ratings, ensuring consistency and alignment between planning and evaluation. Next. If you are tasked with conducting a mid-year review of a teacher's progress, which PMES tool and pace would be most appropriate to reference? A. IPCRF from Phase 3. B. Performance Monitoring and Coaching Form, or the PMCF, from Phase 2. IDP, or Individual Development Plan, from Phase 4. Or D. Classroom Observation Tool from Phase 2. The answer is letter B. The PMCF, Performance Monitoring and Coaching Form, is specifically used for ongoing coaching and mentoring, allowing raters to track and review teacher progress before the final evaluation stage. So tingnan nyo, letter B yung the longest. But then nagkataon lang na dinefine yung PMCF. Next, which of the following scenarios aligns best with the scheduling outlined in the PMES timeline? A rater conducts performance evaluation before completing classroom observations. B. Teachers complete their IDPs before receiving their final performance rating. C. Coaching and mentoring occur before target objectives are set. And D. Classroom observations take place anytime within the fourth quarter after planning is done. What is your answer? The correct answer is letter D. As per timeline, classroom observations are scheduled anytime in the fourth quarter following the target setting in Piece 1 and concurrent with coaching and mentoring. So therefore, classroom observations ay pwedeng i-schedule anytime sa fourth quarter and target setting naman, ginagawa naman lagi yan sa Piece 1. Tapos kasabay yung coaching and mentoring. A teacher recently promoted to teacher 4 under EO number 174. This is parang assuming series of 2022 is preparing her performance tools. Which tool should she use? A highly proficient tool. B, proficient teacher tool. C, modified PPSC tool. D, EO number 174 evaluation tool. So I know you're familiar with this. So the answer is letter B. As stated, teacher 4 along with teacher 5 to 7 falls under proficient teacher tool. And yung empty, syempre siya yung highly proficient unless otherwise amended by future guidelines. Next. Which of the following best describes a defining characteristic of a proficient teacher? Okay. Frequently initiates research in pedagogy and trains other teachers. B, demonstrates reflective practice and independent application of teaching strategies. C, delegates instructional planning to colleagues. D, specializes in mentoring and evaluating junior teachers. So what is the answer? The answer is letter B. Proficient teachers are professionally independent and reflective in applying their teaching skills to meet curriculum needs. Next, why is it important that no modifications are allowed to the prescribed set of PPST indicators for school year 2024-2025? A, to encourage regional creativity. B, to reduce the teacher's workload. C, to standardize performance evaluation across the system. And D, to allow schools to use non-PPST aligned measures. The answer is C. Prohibiting changes ensures that all evaluations are standardized and aligned with national PPST indicator. So, nabanggit ko na sa earlier question na no modification should be done in terms of the indicators for evaluation sa ating PMES. Next, what is the rationale for including both classroom observable indicators or the COIs and non-classroom observable indicators or NCOIs in the 14 objectives? A, to reduce the focus on student achievement and focus on teaching performance. B, to allow flexibility. Wait lang at ako'y na offline. Ayan, I'm back. So let's go back kasi nag-offline ako. This is the rationale for including both classroom observable indicators and the NCOIs in the 14 objectives. So take note, there are 14 objectives. A, to reduce the focus on student achievement or focus on teaching performance. B, to allow flexibility in assessing teachers. C, to capture comprehensive view of teaching performance inside and outside the classroom. And D, to eliminate the need for documentation and MOBs. The answer is C. Including both COIs and NCOIs ensures a holistic view of the teacher's performance, not just in classroom delivery, but also in professional behavior and collaboration. And of course, all of this should be documented. Thus, hindi pwede yung letter D, which is to eliminate the need for documentation and MOBs. Next, how do the career stages reflected in the use of the proficient and highly proficient tools influence teacher development? A, they restrict teacher growth by fixing indicators. B, they encourage teachers to remain at the same career stage. And C, They guide professional expectations and support progression across the career stages. D. They standardize pay and benefits more effectively, therefore eliminating professional jealousy. May issue ha? The answer is letter C. The tools are aligned to career stages, setting clear expectations and supporting upward career progression through structured development. So, ang purpose niya ay to set clear expectation and support career progression. Next, if you were designing a mentoring program, how would the definition of proficient and highly proficient teachers inform your choice of mentors and mentees? So, ito na, yung difference and then yung kanilang obligation. A. Proficient teachers mentor each other to enforce consistency, such as lock sessions and inset. Okay? B. Highly proficient teachers serve as mentors due to their advanced competence. C. All teachers are rotated as mentors to promote equity and provide avenue for mentoring. D. Mentoring is not part of the PPST framework. The answer is letter B. Highly proficient teachers are expected to mentor others and exhibit collaborative leadership, making them ideal mentors. So definitely, pagdating sa mentoring, it is still the highly proficient teachers. Next, what is the exclusion of the plus factor from the objective significant for the school year 2024-2025 PMES, which is sa atin naman sa mga school head ay merong plus factor din sa OPCRF. But for teachers, hindi na siya kasama. A. It reduces confusion about career stage alignment. B. It focuses evaluation strictly on core teaching and competencies. C. It encourages teachers to participate in extracurricular activities. And D. It promotes a more flexible scoring system. What is your answer? The answer is letter B. The removal of the plus factor ensures that evaluations focus solely on PPST-defined teaching competencies, promoting fairness and objectivity. So that is the rationale behind removing the plus factor. Next, if a school is integrating digital tools across subjects, how can a teacher align their practice with the PPST-based objectives? A. Rely on the students' tech skills to drive the lesson. B. Avoid using ICT until all teachers are trained. C. Focus on objective 3, ensuring the positive use of ICT in facilitating teaching and learning. D. Substitute ICT with paper-based tasks for simplicity. What is the answer? The answer is letter C. Objective 3. Specifically encourage positive use of ICT to support learning, and this aligns with the 21st century teaching demands and digital integration. So by the way, as school head, dapat familiar kayo dun sa mga indicators dun sa ating NCOI and COI. Next, a teacher encounters a moral dilemma involving favoritism in classroom groupings. Which objective should they reflect on when evaluating their actions? A. Objective 13. Implement school policies. B. Objective 14. Uphold dignity and integrity in teaching. C. Objective 10. Adapt learning programs. D. Objective 2. Use research-based strategies. The answer is letter B. Objective 14 focuses on the ethical and professional conduct expected of teachers, including fairness, integrity, and respect, which are essential in resolving moral dilemmas. So in this case, focus tayo sa ethical and professional conduct. Next, why is it critical that classroom observation schedules, option A or B, are agreed upon by both the teacher and the rater within the fourth quarter? A. To allow raters to prepare customized tools for each teacher. B. To ensure observation results are available before the start of the next school year. C. To promote fairness, reduce stress, and support transparency and performance evaluation. And D. to prevent raters from needing to visit classrooms more than once? Is the answer? The answer is letter C. Scheduling observations collaboratively ensures transparency, trust, and professional courtesy, which are essential elements of a fair and constructive teacher evaluation process. It also aligns with developmental rather than punitive assessment practices. Tama nga naman. Next. Due to a local flood, a school cannot conduct in-person classroom observations as scheduled. What is the appropriate course of action according to the PMES guidelines? O, nagkaroon daw ng baha. A. Cancel the observation entirely and resume the next school year, then make fake COT. Very negative, ano? So, it definitely eliminated yan. B. Submit a request to the SDS for rescheduling only if no other schools are affected. C. Request an adjusted schedule from the SDS after exhausting all alternative observation modes like online synchronous or LAC. D. Automatically shift to asynchronous observation without informing the SDS. So may dilemma kayo dito. Papaalam ba sa SDS o basta nyo na lang gagawin without the approval of the SDS? Let's see. The answer is letter C. Schools must first exhaust all applicable observation modes, online or LAC, and then request a schedule adjustment from the school's division superintendent if necessary. This ensures flexibility while maintaining accountability. Next, why is it essential for lesson plans and instructional materials used in classroom observations to reflect regular classroom practices? A. To help raters finish their assessment quickly. B. To simplify the observation tool rating process. And C. To ensure the observation accurately represents typical teaching learning interactions. And D. To meet documentation requirements for teacher promotion, ensuring no biases in the performance rating. What is your answer? The answer is letter C. The guideline emphasizes that material should mirror everyday teaching practice so that classroom observations authentically evaluate teachers' real instructional effectiveness, not a one-time performance. Next, a teacher compiles all their documentation for non-classroom observable objectives, yung NCOI, and plans to submit them at the end of the school year in a formal portfolio. How should the rater respond based on the PMES guidelines? A. Accept the portfolio if it contains all the necessary attachment and annotations. B. Request the teacher to submit evidence promptly and discourage waiting until year end. C. Require a digital portfolio instead for convenience. D. Allow the teacher to submit a year-end as long as walkthroughs were conducted. O, medyo ano yan ha? Medyo may mga nakakalitong option. The answer is letter B. According to the guidelines, teacher must provide documentation promptly throughout the school year, not wait for a bulk submission at the end. This allows for ongoing formative assessment and timely feedback. Next, what distinguishes walkthrough observations from formal classroom observations in the context of performance monitoring and support? A. Walkthroughs are scored using the COT rubric while formal observations are not. B. Walkthroughs are shorter, unscored, and focus on formative feedback and support. C. Formal observations do not require documentation, unlike walkthroughs. D. Formal observations allow collaboration with mentors while walkthroughs do not. So what is the difference? The answer is letter B. Walkthroughs are brief. These are 10 to 15 minutes, developmental and non-rated. Their goal is formative support, unlike formal classroom observations, which are summative and scored using the COT. That is the difference. Next, as school leader, how would you ensure effective use of coaching and mentoring tools like the PMCF in your school? A. Require teachers to fill out their own PMCF as a self-monitoring tool provide initial assessment. B. Schedule end-of-year conference using PMCF as a retroactive log. C. Implement regular walkthroughs with documented feedback followed by brief reflective conferences. D. Limit coaching activities to once a quarter to avoid overwhelming teachers. The answer is letter C. The PMCF is designed to document regular walkthroughs and feedback sessions. Effective use includes routine observations, targeted feedback, and follow-up discussions, fostering a culture of growth and continuous professional development. That is the purpose of the PMCF. So thank you, and I hope I have given you some key points dito sa ating PMES. At the same time, review questions or end questions for the upcoming exam. So many are some of you are asking kung may exam ba. I cannot answer that kasi mag-iintay pa tayo ng memorandum. Ang mahalaga, we are preparing and we are learning. 'Di ba? Sabi nga, mahalaga tayo ay bago sumabak sa isang labanan ay meron tayong preparation. 'Di ba? Sabi nga, the formula for success is preparation plus opportunity, 'di ba? Times prayers. Damihan natin. Kaya the more na meron kayong preparation at meron kayong ginagawang mga review sessions kagaya nito, then you will surely pass the exam and coupled with prayers. So, Ma'am Leila De La Cruz, good afternoon. And I hope you have taken your lunch. Kumusta naman kayo dyan? At I will try to regularly upload now review para sa inyo. And I hope makatulong sa preparation para sa NQESH. And by the way, this is not only for those who are preparing for the exam. This is also helpful for TICs, head teachers, and new passers, 'di ba? Ayun, Ma'am Jennifer Pareha, thank you so much. Taga saan po kayo para malaman natin? Actually, province. And nakakatuwa na when I went to seminars trainings, I have met some of those who subscribe to my channel. So sige pa, ano na lang, pa-share na lang yung ating mga videos at saka pa-subscribe. So again, thank you and God bless.